Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be building something super practical, budget friendly, and overall just pretty damn cool. I'm going to be making a pair of patio chairs from 2x4s, some foam that I scored for free on Facebook Marketplace, and some leftover fabric from a previous project. All up, this project cost me less than $100. These chairs are sturdy, stylish, and totally beginner friendly. So if you've ever wanted to build your own furniture but had no idea where to start, this one would be a great one for you to try. So either grab your tools or a coffee and let's get started. I get started by cutting all the pieces I'm going to need for this project. Once I had done that, I started with assembling the chair's arms and legs, which was very simple. Two pieces acted as the legs, and one was the arm, and the last piece was just a stretcher for the bottom. Once I assembled both sides, I moved on to the seat, which was also as simple as it gets. For the seat and the backrest, I made two separate boxes. For the backrest, I added one support piece, and for the seat, I added two. All up, I used 6 2x4s for each chair, so that makes 12, and at $8 a piece, all I spent on this project was a total of $96, which I think is actually very reasonable considering I now have a luxury look set of patio chairs.
They call me a monster, they call me insane, but I'm just a fire that won't be contained. Echoes of laughter still haunting my mind. Tick-tock, time's up, watch me unwind. Shattered dreams and neon lights turn my pain into a fight. One spark, one shot, one flash, boom, and everything turns to ash. So let it burn, let it break, all the scars, all the hate. I paint the sky with dynamite, a symphony of flames tonight. No regrets, no goodbyes, just beautiful chaos in my eyes. Was a girl once sweet and naive, now I dance while the city.
Now that both of my boxes are complete, I attach them together so they are one unit. I add a bunch of screws and a couple of L brackets for extra measures.
Now I dance while the city bleeds. Sister, sister, where did you go? Guess I'm better off alone. Hear the sirens, feel the thrill. Powder's gone, but jinx is real. No more crying, no more shame. They'll remember my name.
Now that my seat is in one piece, I go ahead and place it on top of one of the legs so I can figure out where exactly I wanted it to sit. This took me so much longer than you would think. Watching the footage back, I spent 45 minutes tinkering with the position until I found the right spot.
Let it break, all the scars, all the hate. I paint the sky with dynamite, a symphony of flames tonight. No regrets, no goodbyes, just beautiful chaos in my eyes.
Once I had it screwed in place, I sat it upright to get a rough idea of what it's going to look like and where the seat would be positioned. I didn't like how it looked. It was too low. So of course I took it apart again and spent another 30 minutes trying to find the sweet spot. And finally I had it at the right height, so I put a couple of screws in just so I could sit it upright and make sure I was happy before I sunk a bunch of screws in it. I was happy with the height now, so I popped it back on its side, put some more screws in, and moved on to attaching the other side.
I will never let go this time. I'm standing by your side, even if I've been denied. Be sure I'll be on time.
And again, I spent a good 30 minutes getting everything even and level to the other side before I added some screws.
My eyes and tell me, are we changing things? Hold your hand when things get lonely. Don't you ever leave. Don't you feel what I feel? How can we keep time still? Do you still wanna break these walls to the ground? We could be so much more. I'll give you all the love.
So far, it's looking really good. I'm happy with the height now and can move on to the next steps. But before that, I had to grab a piece of foam and give the chair a spin, which, if you can't tell by the smile on my face, I was actually pretty pleased with myself. I went ahead and filled all the screw holes with filler off camera, and once it had dried, I sanded it all flush before moving on.
Will you say, will you say, will you say?
Before I start painting, I wanted to have what I'm going to need for the cushions ready to go, so while the paint dries, I can move on to that. Here I'm going to use some really thin MDF sheets to act as supports for the foam, and this will also give me something for the fabric to attach to when we do get to that step. Because this MDF is so thin, I can actually just cut it with a really sharp Stanley blade, but if it was any thicker, I would probably go in with either a circular saw or a jigsaw.
Show me the light. Show me the light. I can never trust anyone. You are my partner in crime. For the longest time I waited here with no one. Look into my eyes and tell me, are we changing things? Hold your hand when things get lonely. Don't you ever leave. Don't you feel what I feel? How can we keep time still? Do you still want?
This here is a massive slab of foam someone was giving away for free on Facebook Marketplace. It was the perfect amount for what I needed, which was 2 seat cushions and 2 backrests. I try and salvage as much as I can when doing these projects. Not everything has to be bought new, and something like foam can actually be pretty pricey, so I encourage you to always check Marketplace to keep the cost down as much as possible. 9 times out of 10, you'll find exactly what you need for either free or at least a fraction of the cost of what it would be if you were to buy it new.
Break these walls to the ground. We could be so much more.
Now that I have the cushion elements complete, I set them aside and start painting. As I've mentioned in a lot of my previous videos, I like to add top coat to my paint. In my personal opinion, it makes the paint a lot stronger than if I were to do a top coat after I painted. And since these are going to be living outside, I want these chairs to be as durable as possible. But next time you're painting something that will get some wear and tear, do it this way and let me know how you go.
I'll give you all the love. I'll turn your sadness into dust. I'll turn the silence into noise. Will you say?
While the paint dries, I move on to making the cushions. This is some leftover fabric I had laying around from another project, which was actually also for some patio chairs. It was a restoration that I gifted to my mum for Mother's Day. If you haven't seen the video, definitely check it out. I'll have it linked for you. This process is super simple. I placed the fabric out flat, placed my foam and MDF sheet on top, and started stapling. You're going to want to pull the fabric as tight as you can as you staple. It'll prevent any creases or folds when you flip it back over. I made a total of 4 cushions, but to save you guys watching all that, here is just the process for one. When I got to the corners, I wanted to try something a little bit different, and that was to just fold the edges in. I'm not 100% sold on how it looks, but I did leave it like that, and I did it for all the cushions. And with the cushions done, we are now finished with this DIY. I'm really happy with how these chairs turned out. They look really nice considering they only cost me $100 to make. They will be a beautiful addition to my patio fish room where I can now enjoy my morning coffee and relax with my fish. Thanks so much for watching, guys, and hopefully this has inspired you to do some of your own DIYs. Be sure to like, subscribe, and I will catch you in the next one.